Jailbreak. It's a great game, don't get me wrong. Many glitches in the game, it's fine, whatever. A lot of great people in the community as well. And honestly, this game is so polished. Sure, there's a lot of stuff that can be fixed and a lot of stuff that can be done, but honestly, such a great game. And in fact, the thing that sets Jailbreak different than any other prison game is the robbing aspect. Once you escape prison on basically any other prison game, you have nothing to do. But for Jailbreak style is something different. Once you escape, you can rob stores, buy cars, collect money. Heck, you can even buy your own apartment and decorate it. But one thing that keeps players coming back again and again and again are hyperchromes and hyper grinding in general. And since it's been almost a year since I've gotten an OG hypershift, I think I know quite a bit about hyper grinding. And so in this video, I'm just gonna say all my thoughts about it, honestly. I haven't been grinding as much because I've been trying to focus on making videos and just having fun otherwise. And along with that, I have no luck, so. And if I'm being honest, after getting hypershift, I feel like the only reason why to grind it is just to either trade it off or just to keep as collectibles. Because realistically, after hyperchromes, after hypershift, there's not much really of a point to the game. And that's why you've been seeing a lot less of me playing a game and a lot less videos from me. There's just nothing else I want to do. Now, this video is not to say that hyper grinding is bad. If you're still hyper grinding, still going for OG shifts, go for it. I'm just giving my opinions. Now, along with my opinions, I've asked a few people that I know have CEO hop before and some that are currently doing it. And this is what they have to say about it. And one of my friends, Zemo, says, hyperchromes take hours, even days to grind. You can be drained mentally because of this, and it's not always about luck. Coming from me, I've grinded 16 OG hyperchromes, and I've seen the stress that can give. The little bit of luck that comes from when you get luck from a hyperchrome of any level brings you motivation. Pay your luck out of a hyperchrome and repeat. And honestly, yeah, I agree. It definitely is like that. And another one of my friends, Rogue Atlantis, says, honestly, in the state of Jailbreak is right now, hypers are really boring and repetitive to grind. Coming from someone who grinded them from the start, one reason is because I've gotten OG shift along with a bunch of other goals, my friends quitting, etc. The main reasons, however, is because of all the changes that they've made that negatively affect how you can get them, including the robbery group system and the Gem 4 patch. Nowadays, it feels like you have to do CEO for almost every level 5 besides green, and especially if you don't know the methods to triple robbing or even server hopping. If you don't do CEO, you're essentially at a disadvantage. I liked it back when I could have my own robbery route and not have to do CEO for everything. Yeah, this one is really good though. I think Rogue explained basically everything right. And then Kathy says the only thing that I could see make hyper grinding boring is waiting for Tomb or Jailbreak to close. I don't know, but the devs aren't gonna fix it. We already know that. And then Bumblebee says, in my opinion, hyperchromes are the main reason why players still come back and play this game. Without them, there wouldn't be much to do in this game since there is no actual end goal. Personally, it's not that I don't like grinding them, it's more about how boring the process is. Maybe I would dedicate myself to grind for an OG shift, but school exams are the main thing stopping me at the moment. Yeah, honestly, it's a lot harder than it looks. When you look at an average hyper grinder, they're on for probably, I'd say 6 to 7 hours a day. For me, I only spend about a few hours, but that's just, anyway, yeah, that really sums it up. And then another one of my friends, Snipzite, says, hyper grinding in my opinion is generally pretty fun, but it can get boring at sometimes. The most important thing to remember is when hyper grinding is to never get discouraged. You'll have a lot of one-offs, but don't let that stop you. You'll eventually get the hyper you want, whether it be from pity or from luck. You'll eventually have a good day when you get a hyper from luck, or even 2. I had the worst hyper luck last year until December where I got 6 hypers from luck. If you want to be good at hyper grinding, never give up. And then my friend Player also says, you'll probably lose motivation to play once you get shift, and one-offs are predetermined. That's it. Yeah. So basically the game decides when you're going to get lucky, and which is not usually likely, but. And for the last and final one, we have Blank Bandit with an actual voice recording.
Coming from a hyper grinder, I can tell you that hyper grinding can be both boring and repetitive. You can be hyper grinding for days but still not get a single hyperchrome. It can feel very repetitive and sometimes get very boring and emotionally draining. There are definitely ways to get around this though, such as hyper grinding with friends, watching YouTube videos to motivate you, listening to music while grinding, etc. Getting a hyperchrome from luck hits different, though, which normally motivates you to grind more. It is definitely a very good feeling, and the more you grind, the higher of a chance you have to get a hyperchrome.
And so, what are my final thoughts? Well, if you think this video is to bash on all the hyper grinders, it's not. If you're currently grinding for OG shift, keep going. If you're just grinding for something, keep going. Don't let me discourage you. These are just my personal opinions, and also these are opinions of my fellow friends. And yes, I know I am a retired hyper grinder, but if this video can get to 250 likes, I will grind any hyperchrome, level 5, all the way up, and give it away. So let me know what kind of hyperchrome you want. And if this video gets to 500 likes, I will do the actual robbery for it. So for red, I do tomb. For pink, I do casino. For blue, I do plane, etc. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.